Hello everyone, it is Corey and I'm back today to tell you about a pretty cool topic. So this is one that I actually didn't know much about for a while. And I mean, I had heard of it, right? I think everyone's heard of Uniswap, and we'll get to that later. But I never knew what was the context of it, right? So why would I need one? Or if I was someone starting out, or if I was wanting to create my own token, what are the benefits of having a liquidity pool, and what does that mean in the context of crypto? Why do we mean it? How is it different than the traditional order book model? So in this video, what I want to do is just give you really the importance behind it. I think is the better part, and then I'll put some links in the description below where you can do some more investigation. But really, this is enough to just get you going, right? So anyone that's going to come into the comments or reach out and be like, "You didn't talk about X, Y, and Z," I get it. Chill. So I am calling this section liquidity pools. Why you should know, why you should care. So at the end of the day, so we get asked a lot, right? Like, Corey, I am doing this project, right? And you know what? I want to we want to introduce our own token. We want to sell a token. Awesome. If you have an actual token that you're wanting to build and deploy for your project to let people, to trade goods or services or something within the context of your marketplace. Like, for instance, I'm creating a marketplace that lets people, buy and trade something or service. I don't know. I probably should have thought of that more. But anyways, I want to release my Corey token for my users so that they can, basically trade it on my site, right? And those get trades for certain things. This could be like an in-game currency. It could be something else. Again, this is on the blockchain, so I am talking about ERC-720 protocol tokens. But the idea is that they're not tradable on secondary markets. So that's the big thing, right? So the big thing with tokens is that you have to really instill value in them within your own community, before just kind of releasing them out to the world, which is what everyone else does, and that's why they all have really low values. But if you create a token that has value within your community or context that you run, then that intrinsically adds value to it. And if you do this in a responsible manner, you build that value within your community, and then at some point you let them start trading it on secondary markets. Now, the question comes in is that, okay, I've got this token, and I need to figure out a way for people to so how do I get this token to do something else? Like, how do I turn this into Ethereum or some other token out there? And then, so an easy way for people to be able to do what we call off-ramping is that, so I want to take my token that someone paid me for, I gave them 10 tokens, they gave me $50 to get their initial token drop. They've got their 10 tokens, and now they've been buying Trello, and maybe now those tokens are worth 2x of what they gave me. So now they need a way to turn those tokens from the crypto form back into something that they could maybe sell on fiat. Now there's a few ways to do that. One would be that I would be the liquidity provider, meaning that they could sell those tokens back to me, but that's really not the best way to do it, right? The other option is that we let them take those tokens and then let the market assign what that value would be for my token to, let's say, ETH, right? So they can trade their 10 tokens for 1 ETH, and then take that ETH and go sell it on Coinbase, or somewhere else, right? So that's the concept. The concept is that we want to have our token that we launched be easily convertible into a different token, so that then our users can take that token and go either trade it for a different token, or sell it for cash somewhere else. And this is where the concept of a liquidity pool comes in. And now this is a little bit different from a traditional order book exchanges. So if you're trading stocks on Robinhood or something like that, and you put in a market order, basically what that does is go to an order book saying that I'm wanting to sell X shares for this price, and when someone that wants to buy those shares for that price, then we get matched. The order is made, the order book aligns, boom, stocks get sold. Now this is great for that type of model, but if you're just looking to actually just trade or convert currencies or items or digital assets or something in back and forth, having something a little bit better was needed, right? And so with DEXs and stuff like that, that's where the concept of liquidity pool really came in. And at its core, like it's really, really simple. So the idea is that in order to create a new liquidity pool, liquidity providers, which if you are starting a company and you want people to be able to start trading your coin for something else, you may be one of those initial liquidity providers. So what you do is you put X amount of token A, which might be your token, and then X amount of token B, which could be Ethereum. Basically, it gets locked into this smart contract so that at any point I could go in and I say, you know what, I want to take the Corey token, kind of like that. Corey token. Take the Corey token and I want to turn that into Ethereum because now one Corey token is worth 50 Ethereum. Doubt me. And so I can go sell it. So they would be able to go to a liquidity provider platform like Uniswap and basically trade in their token and then get a certain amount of ETH out. So this is like this is the most bare bones example that I can give. But again, what I'm trying to drive home more is if you are someone that's thinking about creating or introducing their own token to your platform, to your project, to your existing site, and you need to find a way for people to basically offboard, that's got to be a strategy within the larger picture of what you're doing. Is they need a way to move these tokens somewhere else. Is that liquidity pools are an option for it. And there's a few different providers, right? So Uniswap, I think, is numero uno, el jefe in the space. And there's some other ones, Balancer and Curve, that let you do some other cool stuff. Uniswap is basically your basic, what I just showed, right? One token in, one token out. Balancer, I believe, was there to, if like stable coins. So liquidity pools aren't great for coins that need to be like exactly the same pair value. Curve made it so where you could, I'm pretty sure I might be getting these backed up, but Curve is the one where you could have multiple different tokens in liquidity pool. So instead of just 2 different tokens where they exchange back and forth, you might have 3 or 4 different tokens so people can pool and move around into it. And again, this is high level, but I mean, you can really, really go down the rabbit hole on stuff around like, what does like liquidity providers get? So if I'm putting in my tokens, right? If I'm staking, or I'm putting in my yield farm, I'm putting a little stake into my tokens in, I want something back, right? So these are LP tokens. These are way that people that basically the market makers that provide liquidity for different tokens need to get some level of return for putting their money out there. And so they do. So you can look in, I'll put links for that down below. Some other great videos to let you get a better sense of it. But once again, if you're thinking about creating a token or deploying one, you need to think about liquidity pools, their importance to your system, how much liquidity should you provide? Maybe get someone else to do it. I don't really know. But the idea, I don't really know in the sense that it's up to your project. And yeah, so that is liquidity pools. And I appreciate you all stopping by, and we'll have some other videos coming out soon. And as always, it is getting a little toasty in here. Keith, AC1, 2,